I had given a talk. I forget the gist of the paper. Was on irrational numbers for whatever reason. And so part of my philosophy paper, I had to talk about math. And it's not like calculus or anything, but it was, so as I'm giving the presentation in a room full of PhD students, because I'm a PhD program, like 5 people at the end said, where the hell were you when I was in high school taking math?
Right.
And you know, like, you really explained it in a way that and I thought, well, that's really cool, you know? It was just, so anyway, so August is going to be the, hopefully the launch for that. So I'm sorry, I'll take this.
Well, by the way, I talked a little bit, a few minutes ago, my friend Len Caiafa stopped by, and I interviewed him also because he's come to some of my seminars. I think.
And I know Len. Actually, Len and I actually golfed once in a course.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, and it was. I played off. It was like horrible experience. It was a cute little course.
So I was telling Len, you know, I show up in these videos in my old green thing. I didn't dress up, you know, because I'm very kinesthetic. But Mike is a classic visual. Yeah. You'll notice as we talk that he often won't finish his sentences because he's got so many pictures zipping through, and you know,
it's hard to keep up. Actually.
Well, it is, and I can go into a visual mode too. And sometimes it just the pictures keep flowing, and that's one of the things we cover in our NLP training.
It's actually, can we? I want to talk about, you know, you wanted to ask me about my experience with you, and I'm going to go to that because on the call I had mentioned that, you know, when you are a certain way, sort of naturally, you're not aware that how that impacts your life.
Right.
Okay. So I went to your reluctant sales half-day workshop, which I thought was a great workshop, Mark. And I know you probably don't do that anymore, or you're way beyond that.
It's currently off the market.
Yeah, I know it's off the market. It's.
I'm ready to relaunch it at some point.
There's a lot of people who are in sales.
Right.
And look, if you own your own business, you're in sales. You may not like that. I used to say, well, I'm not in sales. I'm in service, right? But let's be honest. If you're running your own business, you're in sales.
If you're a teacher,
you're in sales because you're trying to get. It's you know, Plato's one of my guys.
Well, you're selling knowledge.
Well, it's persuasion. You're persuading.
If you're a parent, you're in sales.
If you're a coach,
I have to interrupt my.
It's cool. If you're a coach, you're in sales because it's all about persuading people. What you're asking people to do is to buy into your system or buy into your approach. To buy into your viewpoint, okay? So sitting with you at the reluctant sales, you point out that one of my issues on the phone is that I create such vivid mental pictures that it's the mental pictures I create that prevent me from being comfortable on the phone before I even pick up the phone.
Right, because you have a picture of the guy on the other end not wanting to talk to you, and your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined, so your body reacts as if someone's just, you know, been mean to you. Well, you haven't even gone near the phone yet. Exactly. It's all happened in your mind.
And for me, it was that I was always calling at the most inconvenient time of the day, right? And
in your mind,
in my mind, sure. So I'm calling them. It's sort of like, well, I have a mental picture. You're disturbing them at their most busy or most whatever it is.
Yeah, so just clear that, shrink it down,
exactly,
and pull up the picture of the guy going, "Oh my God, you know, I just got totally ripped off with my merchant account. And I need to talk to you."
That's what you said. You said replace the picture,
right?
And so that's your picture, Michael. By the way, Wittgenstein is the philosopher of choice, and he talked about the way we picture the world for ourselves, which was very visual. You know what I mean? So it fit. But yes, I own the picture, so why not replace it? And I shared the story about that one client of mine who I hadn't heard from, but my contact person had left. I didn't know that, so I thought there was an issue with me, right? So I can't call now. It's been 3 months, and if I call, they'll say, where the hell have you been? And so I had created a whole scenario. I had created a whole world, in essence, a situation that was fictitious, but in my mind it wasn't. So I could actually see them sitting at their desk, angry that I'm calling, which is not going to entice you. Pick up the phone and call somebody. So.
I mean, so many thoughts just ran through my mind. I mean, one of the things that all the and Len Caiafa was telling me about this on and off camera. He said a couple of things. All the sales trainings that he's been to, all the self-help books that he's read, it's all about what to do.
Yes.
But none of them talk about, well, how do I change the fact that I know what to do, but I'm not doing it? I know I should pick up the phone and call 100 people because, you know, if you get enough no's, you'll get to some yeses, blah, 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 blah.
Yes,
you know, it's just a numbers game, but how do you get yourself, or a shy guy, how do you get yourself to actually strike up a conversation with a woman that looks like someone you would like to get to know.
You know, it's funny. It's
that internal process.
Yeah.
And we have to address it.
Absolutely.
And I'll let you talk in.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I appreciate it. It's like stream of consciousness or whatever. You know, what does this look like? Free association, I'm so good at that. Like, dog, cat, whatever. I love that.